welcome back to my channel. I recently went to Sesame Place with my 1-year-old and my 4-year-old nephew, and I learned so much that I didn't know before, and I thought I would give you guys some tips. The number one tip is to buy your ticket at home. When we got there were huge lines, and I don't know why people just don't buy their tickets online, and when you get there you just have to scan it on your phone and they let you through. On top of that, you save so much money. I was able to buy the tickets on a huge discount. I've seen the tickets before online. My son is 1, and before that I've always been checking since like March. I've been checking the prices, and they're $70 per person. He's free, but we've always wanted to take my nephew as well because they love being together, and I know that he would have so much fun with him too. So $70 per person, and children pay ages 2 and up, they pay the full price, which is a bit crazy. But if you can get the tickets discounted, that's amazing. So you always have to keep an eye on coupon code, or if the website has like a big discount like it did the past weekend or 2 weekends ago. Actually, they were doing this summer special, and I was able to get 3 tickets for $105. So I was able to get the tickets for $35 each. I was only able to use that discount if I was using the tickets during the week. So we went on a Friday. If you were going to buy tickets for the weekend, they had them for $45, which is still a discount. And the discount was only online. We also bought the parking tickets online, which was $18. I believe at the park is $25 or $23, I'm not sure. But you're still saving some bucks with that. The next thing I realized as soon as we got there was that a few people in front of us had coolers, or the little cooler backpacks that I now see all over the place. We should have done that 100%, because before leaving I made everyone eat a big breakfast. We all ate pancakes and we were full. We were full for a pretty long time. But you know, kids, they're always hungry, and the food is super expensive. I wish I would have just searched a little more if I could have brought like something like food inside the park, because in my area in New Jersey, like Six Flags, I know a few parks, they don't let you bring any food at all, not even a bottle of water. I bring a bottle of water sometimes like hidden in the stroller, but they will check your bag entirely to see if you have any food in there or drinks that you're not allowed to bring in the park. So as soon as we got there, I see people with coolers and the cooler backpacks, and I was so upset. We could have brought so many snacks in, save so much money, and the food would have been so much better. So that's a huge tip. Bring your own snacks. You're allowed to bring food. I think they have details on their website on the size of the cooler. I didn't even see that, but that's a huge lesson. Next time I go, I'm taking our own food. I was able to bring in some snacks. I thought I was going to be able to bring like, give me a second. This is the other one. I think you saw one of my dogs in the other video, and this is my other little nightmare. Oh, my boy, I'm just kidding. You're not a nightmare. Sometimes. In the car, I left an ice pack with my son's bottle so that when we would come out of the park, it would still be cold, and it still was. And in there, I also put some grapes. In the park, I brought some rice cakes. I brought baby goldfish. I know there's a recall, but I don't think it's on those. I brought the goldfish. I brought baby cheese doodles. Right, honey? A few snacks, but it wasn't enough to keep them up. I also brought 2 huge bottles of water. They were so big. That lasted us like half the day, so it was fine. But just make sure that you also have snacks for your ride back, because our ride back was horrendous, and I'll go into this at the end. I would also like to say that I did take a few pictures and a few clips here and there, but it was just so hectic. It was so packed that day. My 1-year-old son was like a little crazy like halfway through, and on top of that, it started pouring. The lightning was super bad. So the next big mistake that we made, we were just in a hurry. My boyfriend was like half asleep when we left. We were not prepared. When we get there, I noticed that we don't have the stroller. The good thing is that the park will rent you a stroller, and online I believe I saw it for $18, but when we got there it was 23 and change. It worked great for us because I have like I said, my 1-year-old, and then I brought my nephew that's 4.5 years old. Of course he doesn't have a stroller, but they do get tired, so it worked out for the best. because they were both able to sit next to each other without any issues. Back to the rain. If it rains for more than an hour while you're at the park, they will give you a sunny day guarantee. So like I said, if it rains for more than an hour, which in our case it definitely was, they will give you, I think, a ticket stating that you can come back whenever you want. They won't give you your money back, but you have a ticket to come another day, which is pretty cool because I don't think a lot of parks do that. For my son, I always carry around a little fan. This is a fan I use. I bought it off of Amazon. I think it was like $12 or $15. And it's pretty good. You just charge it and you're ready to go. So if you have little ones, make sure to take a fan, especially if it's super hot. The day that we went, it was 92 degrees. I had the kids wear their bathing suits to the park. They're just comfortable, it's easy, you don't have to be changing them in and out of clothes. We did the water rides first, and then we went to the dry rides, which maybe we should have done the opposite because I think everyone was doing the water rides as soon as they got there since it was so hot. That's another thing I'll do the next time. I'll try and see if I do the dry rides first and then the water rides. The park also provides free life vests, so there's bins around every water ride. There's ones for toddlers. I think there are ones for adults, I'm pretty sure. If you need a life vest, you can always grab one for free at any of those bins. They were also selling souvenirs, like really cute souvenirs, but they're very expensive. If you want to buy those, go right ahead. We really didn't have time to go to the stores because we were from like one ride to another. There's like 5 Elmos, so I just brought one of them. I gave one to him, and then he also had a Big Bird. I gave that one to my nephew, and they were fine with that. They didn't have interest in any of the souvenirs. I think that's more for us than it is for them sometimes. Something fun that we did was go to the magic show. That's an outside event, and they have singing, and the characters come out and interact with the children. My son loved that. He was able to see Elmo up close, which he's obsessed with, and I was able to take a little clip of that.
So sweet, me way, me want it, but 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 me way, me want it.
Congratulations, Cookie Monster! You finally finished your
Nice job, Cookie. Oh, thank you. And the best part is, now me no have to wait.
We went back to some rides, and then after that we went to the Elmo Live musical. That one was great too. If you want to cool off, that's a great place to go, or you can go to the shops. But if you want your kids entertained, take them to the musical. It was a lot of fun. I've seen in a lot of like Sesame Place forums to make lines, like separate parents, like one parent go to one musical thing, make the line, the other parent go to the magic show, but we didn't have to do that. First we went to the magic show, we didn't even have to make a line. We just walked in and we sat down. There were no issues. To the live musical, we did make a line. It was literally like 5 minutes long, and we were in the last group. They were only letting like 10 people in by the time we were going in. And we had great seats. We weren't in the front. I wanted to be in the front, but it was totally fine. My son loved it. Another fun thing is that my son was able to get on rides. I didn't think that they would allow kids his age to be on rides, but There's very few rides that he can go on, but he had a lot of fun with his cousin, and that's amazing. My last tip would be to park nearest to the exit. We stood bumper to bumper for nearly an hour, and we weren't even that far from the exit. It was just that it started pouring and everyone came out at the same time, and we were just all stuck there. On top of that, there were floods in our area, so to get to the park, it took us an hour and a half, exactly what the GPS said. To go back home, it took us 4 hours. So make sure, like I said, to have entertainment in the car for when you come back, and lots of snacks prepared in the car as well. Not only to bring in the park, but when you leave, bring a lot of snacks, just in case you're stuck in traffic like we were. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.